unlike the rest of the appraisals that we talked about, where the home is appraised as is, remember when we are dealing with the appraisal, we're dealing with subject to. So just like we talked about earlier with Ron, the appraiser will be signing value to the renovations that are going to be performed. And that will be included in the appraisal report itself and assigning value. Now, we talked about comparable sales, and we talked about how the appraiser will look at the 6 months of comparables, as well as the 1 mile radius, and the 1 mile radius. But let's talk a little bit about cost approach and how you actually assign that value. So go ahead, Ron.
Well, the cost approach, we look at what it would cost to replace that property less depreciation. We work with the contractors, we get an idea of what the construction cost would be, and we do a cost approach. Basically, how much would it cost to replace this house exactly, and then we add in the land value and take out any depreciation of the improvements. In a new house, you won't have any depreciation. We also have to consider, is that contract reasonable? I've seen some where you're like she says, this is too low. They're gonna come back and ask for more. We have a general idea of what the construction costs are. We get a lot of the cost data, and we network with contractors. I myself go out to construction open houses to see, hey, how much did it cost to build this house? How much does it cost to add these things, to get an idea of the cost, to do the cost approach. There's actually 3 approaches to value. One is the sales comparison. You compare them to other properties that sold.
And that's the most predominant that we're used to.
Usually we put most weight on that. There's a cost approach. How much would it cost to replace this property plus the land, less depreciation? And then there's an income approach. How much is the property worth based on how much income it can bring in? Typically in residential properties, we do not do a income approach.
Right. Income approach is generally reserved for commercial property. Awesome. Thank you, Ron. Right.